Well, good morning, ladies. Well, wait. No, it's afternoon. Yeah, it's way afternoon, as a matter of fact. About 4 o'clock. Oh, well. You see this monster here? That big bush was all cut down to about, maybe 5 foot high last year. And about, probably half the size around that it is now. So I got to get back and put it back in its place. This was our dog yard, but we don't have any dogs anymore. And the fence was in bad shape, like that part there. And so I'm going to finish tearing, I got to finish tearing that all down. I got to spray some wet and forget on the side of the house because it keeps getting moldy there. It's all plastic siding or vinyl siding. You can see where I took the fence out. And way off there in the distance, you see that white stuff. That's all the fence I tore out. I still got this tree over here to get rid of. This fell down maybe a year ago. I don't know for sure. I got bushes up here that have to be trimmed. What else I got? I got a poor old tractor here. Probably need to get rid of it. I don't know for sure. I got my new to me ATV. It's got several problems. I started putting in a winch down there, you can see. And I realized I got to take it back out so I can get at the front differential to change the lube in it. I have to take the piece here off to straighten out the metal underneath it that it's attached to. That was all bent. This was broken right down here. I got that all welded back together. And then the reason that I bought this was for snow removal. And this is a genuine Polaris snowplow that's guaranteed to fit on this particular device. On top of that, I got to keep all this place mowed. And there's a lot of it, actually. You can't see it all here. But it all goes around behind the house. My rotten old garage. I did get rid of my old rusty 2003 Dodge Dakota pickup. And I got rid of my nephew's busted down Kia. So we got a little bit of clarity there. This here used to be where I kept my wood when I was trying to keep the place warm in the wintertime with wood burner that you see over there. But that didn't really work too well, and I'm too damn old to cut all that wood anymore anyway. And then all the trees fall down and I got to cut wood anyway. Oh well. So this yard needs to be mowed again. This over here, all of the apple trees need to be cut way back. This one's got some good apples on it. They don't taste good. They don't make good pie, but they're big. And then the other apple trees here, they don't have such good apples on them either, and they got all these suckers growing out of the bottom of them, and the weeds are growing, and the limbs are hanging out here, and it looks like this has got a dead limb. So these need to be pruned, and I don't know much about arbor work. I guess that's what you call it. So I got to trim all these back, cut all these suckers, and I just don't have a lot of energy anymore. Over here I got my grapevines. I didn't trim them this year either, and I should have. They do have grapes on them. They're still green, but there's quite a few grapes in there. I got my rose bush over here. It's got roses on it, but it's got too many dead stems in it. And I need to cut this way back so it's got room. See the dead ones here. It sure smells good here though. Then I got weeds over here, got to be weed whacked. I got trees growing up in there. The gutter's up there. The water was running out down here when I moved out here, and it was running down out of this end with no downspout. So what it did is it wore away a lot of the dirt here, and this corner of the house actually sank down. I think it's about, oh, maybe a foot lower than the other corner over here. Now, I'm probably the last person that's going to live in this house, so I'm just not going to spend a lot of time and money on it. There's the rest of that big tree, and you can add all this yard to what you saw before. The garage keeps my stuff relatively dry. It didn't there for a while. I bought some cheap used steel roofing and put on it. That's my LP tank. Let's see how much we got left here. Oh, we're still up to 50%. Shouldn't use a whole lot during the summertime, but my furnace is out, so even though I figure nobody's going to live here after I pass, I still have to fix the furnace for the next 10 or 12 years. That's my nephew's rusty truck. It doesn't run. That's a different nephew. That's a cattle yard. I decided that I couldn't really take care of the cattle anymore, so I rented the land, the pasture land, and now I got to get rid of some stuff. That sprayer is one of the things. I might just put it down there and give it away. Never used it, actually. I'll keep this for a while. Out here is a shed I put up when I first moved out here in '04. The weeds just take over. I try to mow this, but I got so much. This old shed here keeps some of my motorcycle projects in it, and then some other things. This Goldwing right here, it belongs to a nephew that lives up in Alaska, and it should be, we should see if we can get it recovered here. He comes down every now and then and likes to ride. He's got his own bike up in Alaska. I think it's a Triumph 900. This is one that I worked on a couple years ago. Nice little bike. And then back here we got another bike. The covers are all off these. The wind has been whipping through here. So let's see if we can get this covered up. I need to get this one going and sell it. Something has been digging into here, the gravel, probably rats or something like that, because I had this door shut. Whoa, that went right through. I thought there was something down there to block it, but I guess not. All right, what were we doing? Oh, we got to cover this one up because this puppy was all painted up and everything. But it ended up having a oil leak in the engine that I tried to fix and was unsuccessful. So I'm probably going to have to pull the engine out again and reattack it. But I've got so many damn projects going, I don't know when I'll get to it. I could probably sell this for a good amount of money, even with the oil leak. That footage is going to be all cattywampus, I think. The mice get into these bikes out here, build their nests, make their young, and all that stuff. What's this under now? Oh, gee. So the front wheel is sitting right on this. I'm going to have to put you down and get that fixed. I got a handful of stuff here. All right. Let's see if I can fix this right. This needs to be covered up. Uh-oh. Front tire has gone flat. I don't believe this has a center stand. Now what's it caught on? Oh, down here. I don't think that's the way it's supposed to go on there, but it'll do for now. All right. Let's continue seeing what I got to see here. Some straw bales that I'm sure are just riddled with mouse nests. A genuine Army metal box. All right, let's, I should put the thing. This is my scrap metal pile, and there was a tree growing up in it, along with blackberries or black raspberries or something. And I cut most of it down, and I ran out of gas with my chainsaw and never got back to finish the job. So I need to do that. There's all kinds of junk in here. I'll need to cut this down real close and then poison the base so it doesn't grow back. It's a terrible mess. These trees need to be cut down. That tree needs to be cut down. They just take over if you don't keep on top of it. I think there's a bull out here someplace. Unless the guy that brought it here came and got it and didn't tell me. Little canary over there. You see the yellow? I don't see where my cows are either. They're hiding out someplace. They're not my cows anymore. I sold them. Yeah, I'm not around. They go back in those trees back there and stay out of the sunshine, I think. You can see the thistles have taken over here. I usually cut this, but since I rented the land out, it's up to him to do now. This little shed is more storage that I put up when I first moved out here in '04. Scraper blade for the big tractor. More motorcycles. My Alaska nephew's bicycle. My vintage bicycle, Bridgestone. A version of the first motorcycle I ever owned here. It's a YDS3 twin cylinder 250cc 2-stroke. I had it running and then I just put it in here. That is a CT1, I believe, or part of one. What's left of one. It might be worth something someday. There's a couple pieces off an AT1 back in the back there. That's a 125cc, and this one is a 175cc. What I'm doing now is I'm making a video to-do list to remind myself what all I got to do. This particular building was what I call a granary because they kept their grain in it. The dictionary says there's no such word as granary. But there is a word that's similar, and it means the same thing, which is granary, G-R-A-N-A-R-Y. Now, I didn't think that made sense. Since they're putting grain in it, why not call it a granary? But, you know, what do I know? I'm just a dumb old country boy. This used to be my grandpa's chicken house. He kept all his chickens in here. I got more bikes in here. There's another YDS3 over there. There's a little 125cc Honda, a CL125, about 1969, I think. Back in there is what's left of a DT175. I think that's a 74 or 75 model. And this one right here is a little Kawasaki G4TR. And I had it running and the transmission won't shift now. So I need to take and split the engine again. I've got a new transmission for it I ordered, and I'm going to have to put that in there. Another project. I got too many projects that aren't complete. That's what's wrong. There aren't any chickens in there anymore. I got enough problems without having to come out and collect the eggs every morning. I made some changes to this. There used to be two large doors here that swung out to the left. If you look real hard, you can see the hinges still there in the white. And I took those doors off and built this wall, and I'm going to have to repaint it, it looks like. And then I put a good sized door in there and a ramp because I wanted to bring motorcycles in here, of course. And sure enough, you get inside and here's another motorcycle. It's a mess in here, just kind of like my garage. There's all the parts that go on the motorcycle, with the exception of the engine, which is right there. So we started putting that back together, and I just need to get all the pieces back on it and get the timing set. It's got a new piston, new rings, and my knife is here. Been looking for that. Okay. I still lost one other knife someplace. I'm losing knives all the time. It's amazing that I can ever keep them. So anyway, that's a DT 250A, which means it's from 1974. I already cleaned up the frame, repainted it, fixed up the muffler and repainted that, or expansion chamber and silencer. So she's waiting for her engine, and then we'll put all these parts back on it. Probably put some new tires on it. Back when I was a kid, you see that there? That's a milk can. We used to milk our cows and put it in one of those, or actually we had several of them. And we'd put it in a tank of water to keep it cool. And the guy would come out in his truck and pick up the cans and leave empty ones. And send Dad a check. Wasn't very much, that's for sure. Well, one day, the milk cans were all sitting out, and I was just a low feller, and I thought I'd go around and help people by lubricating things. And so I spotted a hole in this lid someplace, and I decided that I was going to oil it. So I took the oil can and I squirted a whole bunch of oil in it. I think it might have been this one here. Well, it probably wasn't this can, but I'm not sure where the hole was, but I squirted some oil in there. I think I got a whipping that day. Not that day, but a couple days later, when the guy that picked up the milk cans told my dad that one of them was full of oil. Nah, I don't think he gave me a whipping. I don't think he ever gave me a whipping. I don't remember any. I suspect he might have had a disgusted look on his face. Those are all the tires that I've taken off the bikes that I worked on, plus some of the mower tires. A couple more bikes in here. This one I just bought. It's been a money pit. It's called a Trailways, a Yamaha TW200. It's a 200cc 4-stroke electric start, 1996. It was missing a bunch of parts, and I put everything back on it, and the only thing I got left to do is get the front wheel aligned with the handlebars. And I've tried every method that anybody has suggested, and nothing will move like it should. You need to move one fork forward and one fork back a little bit. I have a problem with birds in here because this place is wide open. This is a little AT125. It's a single cylinder enduro. It's electric start, and it was running, but it wasn't running quite right, so I brought it in and let the birds sit on it for a while. So that's my to-do list. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm not a real neat person, I guess. I get things done once in a while, though. That's my touring bike. That would be a 2012, I believe. V-Strom 650 Adventure. 650 VS, whatever that is, Adventure. It's a great bike. I really love that. I took it out to the East Coast last year. This ramp was coming out. I built this for my mother when she was in a wheelchair in her last years. I'm going to hope that I don't need a ramp for a while. I can see that I definitely have to pull some weeds in here with my hostas, especially that one. I have so many things to do that I just get disgusted and say, oh, I think I'll watch television. Anyway, that's it, guys.